Just because a craft project is pre-packaged doesn't mean that it can't be elevated to your likes or desires. In this video, I'm going to show you how to transform a pre-packaged wreath from this to this. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get to it. Hi everyone, I'm Vanessa S of By Vanessa S and welcome to my channel. And if you've been here before, welcome back to my channel. You know how this goes. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Definitely ring the bell so that you'll be notified of new videos as they are released. And of course, subscribe. If you're not familiar with Michael's mystery boxes, you should be. So at the end of each season, if they have extra inventory, and these are the holiday seasons like Christmas and Easter, Halloween, Valentine's Day, if they have a lot of extra merchandise, they'll box everything up and they'll sell these mystery boxes. And then they're normally about $10. And so there's a lot of stuff in those mystery boxes because they're really just trying to get rid of it because it's out of season now, right? So last year after the Christmas season, or this year actually, this year after the Christmas season, I bought 2 mystery boxes. And inside the mystery boxes, each one had these pre-packaged wreath kits. Now, my first thought was, ooh, those are not cute at all. My second thought was, how can I transform them? And so that's what I did. And so what I want you to notice is that in any prepackaged item that you purchase that's a crafting project, you can elevate it however you want. You don't have to make it the same way that it is in the package. So with these wreath projects, there's 2 different wreaths. One was a greenery wreath, and the second one was a twig wreath. And so I transformed both of them. And so I'm going to walk you through it in the video of how I did each one. See you on the other side of the video. I'm starting with the green wreath. The first thing you want to do is pull apart the branches. Because they were in a box package, the branches are all stuck together. And so pulling them apart and making them clear of each other will help you when it comes to the decorating, the other parts of transforming this wreath. So you don't have to pull them all the way apart, but what I try to do is pull them apart and then make them stick up. This way I can work within them easily. Once you have them all pulled apart the way that you want them, and once they are all sticking up, the branches are all sticking up, you'll find that it's just much easier. I also have a Lazy Susan, and having the Lazy Susan helps with just having control of the section or the part that I'm working in. I also add to the bottom of the wreath, in between the Lazy Susan and the wreath, I add some type of paper or something to separate the two. It's going to help when it comes to the glitter. The second step is to add the Mod Podge, which is the glue that I'm using, to the branches and to the leaves. You can use adhesive spray if you like, but I'm not into aerosols, although I have used it and will use it if I'm trying to get into particular spaces. But I use Mod Podge because it's easy to get on and it gives me a little bit of time before the glue actually dries. It's about 20 to 30 minutes before it actually just dries. So it gives me time to work inside the branches and the leaves. So you want to add the Mod Podge generously to the leaves and to the branches. And you want to be very strategic about how you do this. I don't recommend trying to do all of the branches and leaves at one time. Just do them by sections and take small sections. And as you can see in the video, I'm starting with the inside branches on one side. The next step is to add the glitter to the glued areas. You can be very generous with the glitter. What I'm doing is I'm adding the glitter sporadically, but still strategically, because I want the effect of the glitter to be kind of graduated, almost like a gradient, but with different colors. So I'm adding glitter to parts of the branches, but not the whole branch. Each color of glitter that I add, I'll add in different places. So it's not going to be the same. It's just going to be sporadic, but it's going to come together nicely once I do them. You will notice that I am adding the Mod Podge glue, and then I'm adding glitter. Then I'm adding more Mod Podge glue, and then I'm adding more glitter. This is a process. It's not going to be a one and done by any means. It's a process. And so as you are gluing and glittering, make sure you're directing and orchestrating how you want it to look, and you are gluing and glittering in that manner. You may find that you have to glitter and glue several times before you get it just like you want it. So now that the wreath has dried overnight, I can start doing my finishing techniques. One way I like to finish off these type wreaths is by adding highlight glitter to specific places. I'm using a spray adhesive, and the reason I'm using a spray adhesive is because I want to direct the glitter to go to specific places. It's very strategic. As a finishing, I am using this red chunky glitter. And this is my finishing. I'm finishing a little bit with a little bit of gold, and then I'm finishing all together with this chunky red glitter. And as you can see, it highlights very, very well. Now that the wreath is totally glittered and glued, now that it's totally glittered and glued, we can start decorating it. The first thing you want to do is to start placing the branches the way you want them. You have to construct it the way that you want them. So however you want the branches, whether you want them laying or whether you want them going in a certain direction, whether you want them to stand, you have to construct it that way. If you have some branches that are a little bit chunky with the leaves, or there's some glue issues, now's the time to deal with that. Also, now's the time to just lay it out the way you want it. The pattern that I'm looking at is I'm making every branch go to the right, and the front I want them to lay down. Okay, so now we're at the fun part. The very first thing I'm going to do is add the bow. And to me, the bow is the most important part of constructing this and decorating it, because if the bow is not centered just right, everything else is thrown off. So as you can see, I'm centering the bow. Now that I have the bow where I want it, I can start with the rest of the decorating. I have a hot glue gun along with these little ornaments and some flowers and the pine cones. And so I'm going to hot glue each of these onto the wreath. Now let's start the second wreath, which is the twig leaf. These are all of the leaves that came with them. I'm starting with transforming the leaves. Now, the leaves for this wreath came separately, so I have to transform them separately. So I'm going to go through the same process though, adding glue and then adding the glitter. And I'm going to layer the glitter on them individually, just like I did with the other wreath. But this time I'm going to give each of the different type flowers a different color or a different color scheme. But it's the same process. So as you can see, these projects are very simple. They're easy, they're simple. I made them to look beautiful and glamorous. I like the way they came out. I was able to use my own creative nature to create something that I liked, not what was in the package, not the expectation of what was in the package. I made it the way I like it, and you can too. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.